So, as I was saying, I was trying to illustrate to you guys what you need to do in the run-up to the 6th edition coming in and the 5th edition being phased out. So, my ideas of what you should do are as follows. One, read the glossary if you have not done it already. This is a very important step. Read the PMP guide glossary. This is really going to help a lot of people who do not know certain terms that are hiding there in the glossary, and these terms could appear on the exam. So I want to encourage you to read the PMP guide glossary from start to finish. I don't care whether you do it from Z to A or from the midpoint, somewhere from P to Z and from Q to A, however you want to do it. Just do it. Read the PMP guide glossary. Also, you want to compare that to the PMI lexicon of terms. It should be pretty much the same, but I can't say for sure. There might be stuff in there that is different. So read both. The third thing that I said you should do is Google PMP cram list. All one word. PMP cram list. Google that. And when you get the cram list, go through it and make sure that you can define all of those things that are listed in my PMP cram list. It's free. You don't have to pay anything. It's free. And you want to make sure that you can teach. You want to make sure that you can actually teach every single thing listed there. If you cannot teach it, and you cannot make it simple enough to train it or teach it to someone in high school, you don't know it well enough. DOE, what's that? Define it for me. Can you do that? Design of experiments? Validated changes, define it for me. Product analysis, define it for me. PDPC chart, define it for me. Rule of 7, define it. LCL, UCL, LSL, USL, mean, Six Sigma, any term that you've come across, don't take it for granted that, oh, I probably won't get this. You could. You could get anything. I laugh when people compare notes and, oh, did you get this? Hey, everyone's exam is different. Phil could have taken the exam last week and got a bucket load of earned value nicks and knacks, and the following week take the exam again and see very, very little of that same thing. So don't go off what anyone else is saying that, hey, I don't know, Maslow's and McGregor's are big. Well, who knows? The PMP exam is a vast array of questions, so you can't go off what people said on social media. Yeah? Don't go off what people are saying on social media. Leave no stone unturned. Just take it with a pinch of salt, but leave no stone unturned, because I've experienced so much variation in people taking the exam. One student took the exam on a Tuesday, didn't pass it. Belows, right? Below targets. Amped up, ramped up, but did not take any mock exams, pretty much did very light studying, went in on a Saturday and passed it. So there's a lot of variation. There's so many variables that you can't really predict what you're going to get. That's what I'm saying. You don't know what you're going to get on the test. For that reason, you cannot afford to leave any stone unturned. Okay? So leave no stones unturned. Go through everything with a fine-tooth comb, is what I'm trying to say. And then last but not least, if you have not taken a crazy mock exam, I mean a mock exam that will make you wonder, are you in the right place? What are you doing? Are you in the right exam? And I'm talking about an exam that is still in context of the PMBOK guide from start to finish. go to Praizion.com. I know that some people say there are other exams that are very accurate. If you know of any exam where majority of the people who take the test are getting, I mean, anyone who gets a 70 or greater passes the exam, and you know that it happens 99% of the time, that is a mock exam you want to take. But at the moment, I do not know any other mock exam that predicts success the same way ours does. Our mock exams, people who get a 70% or greater, I'm going to be conservative and say 99.9% of the time, even though it is really 100, but I'm going to say 99% of the time, anyone who gets 70% on their first try, hey, it has to be the first try. On their first try, they all kill the real exam on their first try. So the predictability of this mock exam, called the PMP exam, Prep Camp mock exam, is really ridiculous. And also the predictability on our other exam called the marathon mock. The marathon, I have to go, folks. I'm hearing the bell. I'm getting ready for another training. But anyway, the predictability on the marathon mock is just something else. All right. So I want to encourage you, go to Praizion.com, sign up for the mock if you haven't. If you've got some mocks that are working for you and you know the predictability is very accurate and you're sure you're in great hands, that's good. But don't go in taking the real exam without severely kicking the tires. All right. That is my 2 cents. And I appreciate you guys joining, and I wish you all the very best. Bye.